Hey guys, how's it going? Odyssey here. Welcome back to another FIFA 21 video. Thank you for checking out the video today. Your support on the channel is, as always, very much appreciated. Something slightly different on the channel today, and something that's been on my mind for a long time that I wanted to share with you, and that's customized formations within FIFA 21. Something that requires a deeper understanding of tactics and instructions, but I'm going to walk you through that all today, and hopefully it's a weapon that you can add to your arsenal that can make you a much better player. But as a disclaimer at the start, it must be stated that it is a much more higher skill curve, definitely much more advanced, and it requires a deeper understanding and analysis of your own game style and your own preferences and your objectives overall of what you want to achieve in the game, both short term and long term. So with that said, let me explain and go into it further. Firstly, when you're looking to customize a formation, you're wanting to amplify your strengths further, and you also want to mitigate any defensive liabilities that you're suffering with. So firstly, let's talk about the attacking sense. What play style do you prefer going forward? Do you like attacking out wide, going through the center, fast build-up play, long balls, tiki-taka, total football? The list is endless. What is your preferred attacking style? And how can you translate and articulate that into the game using a customized formation? Secondly, defensively, where are you conceding the most amount of goals, and how are you conceding those goals? Are you more vulnerable down the left than you are through the right? More vulnerable through the center as you are out wide? Understand how both offensively and defensively you have strengths and weaknesses. Secondly is, what sort of formations have you tried already through the game, and what sort of results are you having with those formations? Are you being quite successful with the 4-1-2-1-2, both winning games, but you're not getting as much enjoyment playing the formation? Or are you having great enjoyment playing the 3-5-2, but you're not winning as many games? And how can you find the balance by tweaking one or two things to really get maximum enjoyment and wins out of those formations? Thirdly is, what players do you have available to you, and how can you get the maximum out of them? So if you've got a couple of deep line playmakers, some quick wingers, maybe a great creative center attacking midfielder that's not great defensively, and you're looking to facilitate that within the game, lots of things to think about there. And then fourthly, which is probably the most important thing in the whole of FIFA, which is lost so quickly, is how are you enjoying the game, and what do you want to achieve in the game? Are you really looking to win every single game, or do you get more enjoyment out of scoring beautiful goals and playing great FIFA and enjoying how you're playing? It's completely out of the two. I'm not saying you can't have both, because you most definitely can, but when you're customizing formations, you're kind of sacrificing one for the other until you find a nice balance between the two that takes a long period of time. So that's why I want to stress that it is short-term goals and long-term objectives. So it's whichever way you want to look at it, really. What you're going to see on screen today is my customized Chelsea formation, which is around a possession-based play style, which is around suffocating the midfield, lots of depth, lots of narrow width, tiki-taka passes, percentage plays, and you'll see how that will translate into the clips, and I'll walk you through that in more detail in just a moment. But it's just my style of play that I prefer, using the players available to me in Chelsea and how I can get maximum potential out of those as well. We used the 4-3-3 as our template, but we just brought in the left winger and the right winger into left attacking midfielders and right attacking midfielders, dropped in N'Golo Kante as our central CDM, and then we've got a deep line playmaker in Jorginho, and then a box-to-box midfielder in Kovacic. Chilwell's not going to get as forward as James is, so we're allowing James the license to get forward when Kante drops into the two centre-backs, and then Chilwell will get forward if Kovacic doesn't, and one of them will go and one of them will stay. And that's how we've used our customised formation and tactics to translate that into the game. But like I say, many different ways you can go about this. It's just about having a deeper understanding of a lot of things. And I know it can be quite overwhelming to start with, but be sure to go through my formation guides around other formations. And if there is a formation that I haven't quite touched on yet, just be sure to let me know in the comment section below. Get familiar with it, see where the strengths and weaknesses are and how you can then tweak that to really get maximum potential out of yourself, both through winning games and secondly through enjoying the game as a whole. For me, I enjoy a possession-based game style. I enjoy scoring beautiful goals through tiki-taka and total football, interchanging of positions, lots of free roaming, lots of sort of creative thinking and process through my goals, not simply a 1-2 between two fast strikers getting behind and score a goal. And whilst I may win more games and playing into the meta, which is a word that's thrown around so much in the FIFA community in terms of getting wins quickly, short term, you'll not only have more enjoyment through assessing and having a deeper understanding of your own play style and preferences and players and objectives and all those great things. You'll enjoy the game and you'll win more long term, unquestionably. You know, whilst I may get more short term wins using an easier style, your long-term understanding of tactics and instructions will far outweigh me long-term. And I think that's something that's very much lost on the community. People are looking for short wins, and I see it all the time through YouTube videos. Overpowered formation, best formation, it's just non-existent. It's not true. You know, there is no such thing as the best formation, and there's no such thing as overpowered tactics and instructions. Whilst I'm not naive to the meta and the place it has within FIFA, you can most definitely counter it and make the overpowered seem weak, and make any sort of meta or best formation seem like a poor formation, with simple understanding of tactics and instructions and counterplay within FIFA 21. But that's just my opinion on the game. Of course, it does take some time. There's much more higher skill curve to it, and that's why people dismiss it straight away. But I'm kind of going a bit on a tangent there around the meta and everything, but it's something that you must be aware of, and something that needs to play a part and be a factor of any customized formations going forward, as well as tactics and instructions. So I haven't touched a lot on the formation and the tactics and instructions within this team, but you would have seen it all on screen. But the important thing to take away is not so much what I've used in this video, because you're more than welcome to copy it and try and use it within the game. But what I'm trying to really stress to you is that you won't get the maximum out of it unless you take a moment to really sort of stop and look in the mirror and take a deeper understanding of yourself and how you're conceding goals, how you're scoring goals, and how you want to play the game. But what you're going to see in the clips here is how this formation, along with the tactics and instructions, really play into my hands using the players that are available to me with the Chelsea setup. We've got N'Golo Kante dropping between the two centre backs, allowing James and Chilwell to get forwards. We've got Jorginho sitting deep. He's going to be our deep line playmaker, and Kovacic will get forward along with Chilwell, depending on which one has got the opportunity to do so in that attacking third. Of course, Werner will drop deep on occasion, even though we've got him on comeback. Even though we've got him on get in behind, he kind of takes up a central position and understands his role with having to drop deep as well. And that's because of the narrow width and high depth. There's a lot of players within close proximity to him. And what you're going to see in this clip is the way that we create numerous opportunities that our opponent is able to defend, but at the same time, they just cannot get out. Using customized formations as well as tactics and instructions is forcing your opponent to adjust. It's identifying that you have absolutely amplified your strengths to a position where if your opponent doesn't deal with them, they're going to be in such a difficult spot that it is inevitable that you are going to score goals and win a lot of games. Using some of the templated formations, you try and adjust them as best as you can, but however, using a customized setup, it really does set you a level above. And as you can see during this long clip that we've gone through here, is our relentless pressure, high depth, possession, tiki-taka passing, pulling players out of position, and it's only a matter of time before we score. We are forcing our play style upon you in such a way that if you don't adjust, we are most definitely going to win the game. And we're creating beautiful chances and scoring great goals, and we are And most importantly, like I touched on earlier on in the video, we are enjoying FIFA, which is more important than anything in my opinion. Like being a family man and a husband and a father, I don't get a lot of time to play FIFA as much as I probably would like to, but the hours that I do spend on the game, I want to have maximum enjoyment out of that. And the way that I realize, because I can't keep up with the practice and the amount of times that people spend on the game, is stepping back and really focusing on the mentality side of FIFA. There's a skill side to it, of course, but the mentality side can really set you levels above 90 to 95% of players within the game, because you've taken the time to build up your knowledge, which is more powerful than 90 to 95% of skill. I promise you, I've having great success when I've changed my style of thinking to look at knowledge and understanding of the game far beyond skill. You know, we don't do spam skill moves. We don't have fast players within every position. We're very tactical and methodical, and that leads to much more wins. And secondly, and like I touched on earlier as well in the video, most importantly, I enjoy playing the game in a community full, and you just have to log on to the FIFA forums and any other sort of FIFA community to see that the gameplay is you know, not spoken of highly within the game. However, if you really do take the time like I do and follow some of my formation guides as well as other great videos I'm sure there are on YouTube, you can have great enjoyment with the gameplay. So I know I haven't touched a lot on the tactics and instructions within this game, and I haven't touched a lot on how you can implement this into your game, and that wasn't really the sort of aim of the video today. I wanted to show you how I customize the formation, but what I want you to take away from this is take a moment to understand your own games, your own play style. Take a moment to understand what you prefer, what players do you have available, what do you want to ultimately achieve in FIFA 21, and how can you translate that into the game using a higher understanding of tactics, instructions and formations. Of course, you're going to need to go out and play with a bunch of formations, play with a vast array of tactics and instructions, which are going to be available on my channel. So, you know, I'm here to guide you along the way. And it's really about getting the maximum potential out of yourself through enjoyment and wins. And of course, winning is fun. You know, there's no denying it. You get maximum enjoyment out of winning games as much as you do scoring beautiful goals. It's a balancing act between the two. I'm not going to deny that. And of course, you've got the meta and the way that plays into the game also. But yeah, lots of different things to think about. But I hope you've enjoyed today's video. If there's anything you would like me to go over in more detail, because I know we've touched on a lot today, be sure to drop it in the comment section down below. But as always guys, have a great day, have a great evening, take care, and I will catch you next time.